Jared Leto is known for his versatile roles. Over a career spanning 3 decades, the actor and musician has won multiple awards, including a Golden Globe and even an Oscar. However, not all of his films have performed well critically and commercially. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. Today, we'll be taking a look at the top 5 worst movies starring Jared Leto, so let's get into it. Basil. The 90s were a crucial time for Jared Leto's career. The Louisiana native moved to Los Angeles to pursue directing and acting after he finished studying at the School of Visual Arts in New York City. In 1995, Jared made his acting debut in the drama film How to Make an American Quilt before getting supporting roles in films like Fight Club, American Psycho, and Requiem for a Dream. But not every 90s movie worked out well for the aspiring star. For instance, Jared's 1998 film Basil is considered among his least impressive works to date. The British historical drama film is based on a novel of the same name and also stars Christian Slater, Claire Forlani, and Derek Jacobi. It's safe to say the movie was mundane at best, and it certainly didn't help when it was pulled from the Toronto International Film Festival screening. Basil has an IMDb rating of 5.9. Suicide Squad. Jared Leto's Suicide Squad made a lot of noise both at the box office and among DC fans. The 2016 superhero film is the third installment in the DC Extended Universe and stars some of the biggest names in Hollywood, including Will Smith, Margot Robbie, Joel Kinnaman, and Viola Davis, to name a few. Suicide Squad was immensely successful at the box office, grossing over $740 million worldwide. But despite its commercial success and phenomenal cast, the film was heavily criticized for a lot of factors such as its plot, direction, editing, and action scenes. Suicide Squad got a below-average rating of 26% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 5.9 rating on IMDb. In other words, the movie faced some serious scrutiny, not to mention Jared Leto's version of the Joker, which didn't sit well with most critics and viewers. He's been given credit for his unusual method of acting, though. Will Smith, for instance, said that he had never actually met Jared Leto because he was all in on the Joker. We worked together for 6 months, and we've never exchanged a word outside of action and cut. I've only ever spoken to him as Deadshot and him as the Joker, Smith explained. Jared's other co-star Viola Davis revealed that the actor would give strange gifts on set just to get into character. He did some bad things, Jared Leto did. He gave some really horrific gifts. Jared confirmed this claim, saying, "I did a lot of things to create a dynamic, to create an element of surprise, of spontaneity, and to really break down any kind of walls that may be there. The Joker is somebody who doesn't really respect things like personal space or boundaries." Urban Legend. It was released in the same year as Basil, but Urban Legend somehow performed even more poorly. The horror film follows a series of murders based on urban legends, which sounds pretty interesting until you realize it's very similar to the original Scream movie. This is a major reason why Urban Legend received mostly negative reviews despite making over $70 million at the box office. According to critics, it was hard to not see the film as a rip-off of Scream, as one review said, "Elements of Scream reappear in a vastly inferior vehicle." Urban Legend has an approval rating of 24% on Rotten Tomatoes with an IMDb score of 4.4. Alexander. At the beginning of his acting career, Leto took a break from acting to solely focus on creating music. However, after a few years, he started accepting roles and returned to the big screen with his 2002 thriller Panic Room. The film made over $100 million at the global box office and received mostly positive reviews, which was a win for Jared Leto as well. However, the actor's next movie was nothing like this one. In 2004, audiences saw him in the historical drama film Alexander, which also stars Colin Farrell, Angelina Jolie, and Anthony Hopkins. In the movie, Jared portrays Hephaestion, the closest friend of Alexander the Great, but despite the actor's efforts, it seems like a miscast role. Alexander was also a commercial failure since it could hardly cover its $155 million budget at the box office. The movie also failed to make an impact on the critics, who described it as an unnecessarily long biopic that lacks emotional involvement. Alexander has a rating of 16% on Rotten Tomatoes and an IMDb score of 4, making it the second worst Jared Leto movie. Black and White. It's nearly impossible to find someone who's watched and enjoyed Black and White. The 1999 drama film was a major failure both in terms of critical and commercial reception, even though it has quite an impressive cast. Besides Leto himself, Black and White stars Robert Downey Jr., Ben Stiller, Mike Tyson, and the Wu-Tang Clan. But these big names weren't enough to keep the film afloat or stop critics from giving below-average reviews.